everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia Salvador. I'm a realtor here in Arizona. Today I want to go over new construction, new builds, and the steps that go along with it. Now there's a lot of things I want to touch on, so let's just get right to it. If you know anything about the city of Buckeye, you know that there are a lot of new construction homes. And sometimes people get confused on what new construction means, how you get in there, what is the step, what is the process, where do I go, what do I do? There's a lot. Now, one thing I'm not going to touch on today is a spec home. And a spec home is essentially a home that a builder has already completed with their own finishes. So they got to choose how they want the house to turn out, and you can move in there, but you just won't get to customize anything. Everything is already done for you. Now, the type that I want to talk about today is where you work with the builder, you buy your lot, and you get to choose your floor plan, you get to do all of your designing and all of that. So step number one, always get pre-approved. I'm going to say this no matter if you're going to buy a resale home or if you're going to buy a new build, because getting a pre-approval is essential to know what your budget's going to be, what can you even be pre-approved for, what should you even be looking at price range wise so that you can stay within your budget. And another part of step one is to find a realtor. Now, do you need a realtor to get into a new build? No, you don't. You can do it by yourself. You can go to the sales office and they can assist you. But here's kind of the caveat with that. Those sales agents are not there to represent you. They're there to represent the builder. So they have the builder's best interest. They don't have your best interest. Now, they may be nice, they may be sweet, you may get some free cookies, but they're not going to really be there for you to assist you with the nitty-gritty of new construction home. What you want to do is work with someone who can represent you, aka a realtor, and they're going to have your best interest. So they're going to walk you through not just the process of a new build and kind of the timeline of everything, but they'll also really be able to assist you with builder contracts. Because let's be honest, are you really going to go through several pages of a contract and look at word for word what it says on there? Are you going to know to ask the right questions? Are you going to know if there are consequences to certain things in the contract? Likely not. So get yourself a realtor. We can help you with the whole process and make sure that you're making the right decisions that's going to benefit you and not the builder. Not only that, but with so many different builders out there, your realtor can help you focus on builders that meet your criteria. Step number two is to research different builders. Now, there are going to be a lot of builders out there, especially in the West Valley, especially in Buckeye, especially in Verrado. There are a ton of different new builds to choose from. Now, you may have criteria, like I was stating earlier, that you specifically want. We can help narrow that down. So instead of choosing between 8 or 9 different builders, you can focus on maybe 2 to 3, maybe even 1. So this is the time where I say go through their websites, look at their pricing, look at their availability, look at their reviews. Are they reputable builders? What can you find out in your research to know that this is a builder that you want to go with? Now, once you have a builder or 2 or 3 in mind that you are interested in exploring those options and taking a look at their model homes, this is the most important step. Make sure to bring your realtor on the first visit at a new build, because if you don't do this, we won't be able to represent you. So don't forget that step, because that's a big one. So when you want to go view a model home, and most builders have at least one model home that you can see, keep in mind, and here's something that's really interesting. The thing with model homes though, they're going to look perfect no matter what, because they are the top of the line, the cream of the crop, the best upgrades are in that home. So a lot of times buyers will walk in and say, oh my God, this is beautiful. This is where I want to live. I want a home just like this. But that model home may not even be within your budget. So let's say that floor plan starts at $400,000. But if you ask that sales rep, that model home could easily be going for $500,000. Just on the upgrades alone, sometimes even more. And that's not even including like if something has a mountain view or something like that. So model homes are great. They're great to get an idea of what you want in a floor plan and how things will look. But sometimes it's hard to look past all those really nice upgrades and kind of take it down a little bit to think of it as a regular home, because most people don't buy it with all of the updates. So you find the builder, you find the floor plan, you know exactly what you want to do, you know when that lot's going to be available, what the pricing's going to look like, what that timeline's going to look like. Now we're on to step number 3, and that is to get pre-approved with the builder's lender. I know. Now I know what you're thinking. Cynthia, you already told me to get pre-approved as step number 1. Yes, I did. But the builder is likely going to want to pre-approve you with their own lender. Sometimes builders just don't trust other lenders, and sometimes they just want you to use their own lender. Now, of course, they're going to throw in some builder incentives when you use their lender, but this is a great time for you to pull out what your previous lender, your first lender that you looked at, is going to give you as far as a rate, closing costs, and estimated fees, and compare that to what the builder's lender is going to give you. So, do you have to go with the builder's lender? No. You can go with your primary one if that's what you want to do. So you go through that process, you are now pre-approved with the builder's lender. When you decide which lender you want to go with, the 4th step is the purchase agreement. With the purchase agreement, here's another reason why a realtor is going to come in really handy. They're going to know what kind of questions to ask. So not only will they take you through the contract and make sure that you understand what you're signing, but also know to ask the right questions when it comes to new builds, especially when it comes to timelines and who can cancel when, and is my rate going to be locked in, and what happens if there's a delay, we have labor shortages, etc. And speaking of delays, because this is very, very typical when it comes to new builds, it's better to go into it expecting delays and being pleasantly surprised if everything goes through on time, because chances are you will get delayed, whether that's on shortages of materials, whether that's on windows arriving late, whether that's on appliances not making it on time. There's so many different things that can happen during the new build process and the timeline where things might go south. And then you're gonna have to think, okay, well, if they told me that 8 months is how long it's gonna take for the process to be completed, maybe that's pushed to 10 months now. What are you gonna do? Some builders can build it really quickly and have no problem without any of shortages or waiting on like windows or appliances or things to come in, but leave some wiggle room in there. All right, so purchase agreement is signed and everything is good to go. Now you get to go into the fun part, which is designing. And this is probably where you're going to spend most of your time, is designing. You'll have several different appointments throughout the process of building your home. And the first one is kind of like a structural appointment. So you're going to start with the bare bones of the home. You're going to make structural decisions and go from there. So you meet with the builder, the sales agents, and you figure out, what kind of floor plan do I want? How do I want my exterior to look? Do I want 3 beds? Do I want 4? Do I want a den? Do I want another bathroom? Do I want another bedroom? And then when you're done with the structural decisions, you're gonna have more meetings with the builder to figure out, what do you want the interior to look like? What kind of color schemes? What kind of flooring? What kind of countertops? What kind of lighting do you want? The list is really endless, and this is where it's fun, but it's also, if you're the type of person like myself where you have too many options, it can be a little overwhelming because you essentially will choose everything and how you want it to look in your home. And the builder, of course, is going to let you know what are standard options and what are going to be upgrades. And of course, with upgrades, that's just going to increase your costs. So you have to think about your budget at the same time and think, all right, do I want to go with the standard package on some things? Do I want to go with upgrades on other things? So here's another realtor tip when it comes to that. Ask your realtor what's going to be the best option for upgrades. If you're thinking about, what can I do to upgrade my home so I get some value out of it when I want to sell it? We can help give you tips and tricks of what's going to be the best to upgrade and what's going to give you some more resale value. Another part of this that I want to point out with the design, because this is where I think people will get really excited and then their budget just goes out the window because they want to get all of the upgrades in. And one thing I want to touch base on with the design aspect is, most of the time the builder is just creating your home and the interior of it. So don't forget your backyard when it comes to new builds, because a lot of times they don't do this for you. Sometimes they don't even do your front yard. So you're gonna have to also think about and budget for landscaping, gravel, and all of that, and depending on how you want that to look. So if you're taking your whole budget and spending it inside your home and the exterior of your home, you're not leaving enough room for the yard and the backyard. And if you're thinking, oh, that's fine, I'll just do a backyard when I have time. If you're in an HOA community, you might not have that much time. Most HOAs will require you to at least gravel the yard within the first few months of moving in. So make sure you keep that in your budget. Now, after you have your design consultations and go through all of those appointments with the builder, at this point your house is being slowly built and you can start seeing some progress made. Now, what I tell my clients is, go over there occasionally. Go take a ride around, go check out the property, go look and see where they are. I'm not saying you should go over there every single day and bother the workers. Don't do that. I'm just saying you should drive over there once in a while, maybe a couple times a month, maybe once a week, just to go see the progress and to see how everything is coming along. All right, your home is built. Now you want to get in there. I know you're super excited, but we still have step number 6, and that is to get an inspection. And I know what you're thinking. It's a brand new home. Why would I need an inspection on a brand new home? Everything should be perfect. Nope. You can't assume that everything is going to be completely perfect, and you really shouldn't assume that. Do yourself a favor, hire a licensed inspector to go and inspect the property. You are going to want an inspector to do that. They may find cosmetic items that need to be fixed, and they may find some more serious things that need to be fixed. But this is a good buffer for you to know what you're moving into and still be able to ask for repairs from the builder. All right, your inspection is done, you're feeling good, you're almost there, everything is fixed that needed to be fixed, if there was anything at all. It's time for step number 7, which is your final walkthrough. And in your final walkthrough, this is the last time that you are walking the property before you get the keys. So any kind of repairs that you asked for, they should be completed by now. And this is your chance to just look at the property and make sure it is ready for you to move in. Step number 8 is closing. This is probably one of the most exciting days because you finally get to move into your brand new home. So you close, you get your keys, you move in, and all is good. All right, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Buying a new construction home can be really exciting, and you really get to customize it how you want to. If you're thinking about moving to Buckeye or Verrado specifically, be sure to reach out to me. I do have a Verrado guide, and I can help you with your new home search. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it helped in answering some of your new build questions. If you do want to go over some more information on new builds, be sure to reach out to me. My contact information is below. If these breakdown videos are helpful to you, please let me know and I will continue to do so. But otherwise, I'll see you on the next one.